Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and other assorted gender assignations. I am the notorious J2K Winger, and I am here to talk about a wrestling company that I love, that being CHIKARA Pro. CHIKARA has no problem with embracing the over-the-top ridiculousness of wrestling storytelling, and it's often been compared to comic books with its intertwined storylines that stretch out over months, if not years. In future videos, I will be addressing some of these storylines and the impacts they've had on the company, but before I can do that, we need to have a little bit of an introduction first, because CHIKARA does things a little bit differently from most wrestling companies. Let's start with some basics about the company. CHIKARA Pro's origins lie with the Wrestle Factory, a wrestling school opened in 2002 by reckless youth Tom Carter and Lightning Mike Quackenbush in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. And a few months later, they started running shows in Allentown under the name of CHIKARA Pro. Since then, it's continued to showcase its unique blend of wrestling styles from Japanese pro wrest to European catch style to Mexican lucha libre and everything else in between. While CHIKARA has now been able to tour the world, having toured Japan, Germany, and England, it still calls Eastern Pennsylvania home. With the lucha influence, CHIKARA's rule system is a little bit different. Instead of a 10 count, wrestlers who go outside the ring have a 20 count to return to the ring. Disqualifications can also be drawn down by unmasking one's opponent or via the excesivo de castigo rule. Excesivo de castigo, or excessive punishment, occurs when a wrestler is more concerned with hurting his opponent than with winning the match. Keep piling on the hurt without going for pins, and you've just earned yourself an excesivo de castigo DQ. One of the more visible rule changes that CHIKARA has to do with tagging. As in most companies, tagging can be done in the traditional fashion, tagging in and out, but it can also be done when one partner leaves the ring and touches the floor. If a wrestler does this, his partner can then enter the ring in his stead. This adds a new wrinkle to team strategies and can keep a match going at frenetic paces when people start diving and flipping over the ropes. Another element borrowed from lucha libre is the lucha de apuesta, translated as match with wager. These matches don't come around very often, but when they do, the stakes get raised. Most commonly in CHIKARA, a lucha de apuesta will be a mask versus hair match. If one wrestler loses, he gives up his mask and the identity that goes with it. If the other loses, his head gets shaved bald. Finally, with regards to lucha influences, you'll hear the terms technico and rudo being used. These are the equivalent of face and heel. The term technico comes from the fact that in lucha libre, they're generally known for using moves requiring more technical skill, in particular aerial maneuvers. Rudos, by contrast, exhibit more of a brawling style and less respect for the rules. The man who calls the shots in CHIKARA is the director of fun. This man books the matches, makes the rulings, and while they may ultimately answer to the commissioner, board of directors, or owner, the director of fun is the man in charge. There have been various men in this position over the years, from fun but fair Leonard F. Jacarson, to the biased figurehead Dieter von Steigerwald, to the incompetent Wink Vavasseur, to the even-handed patriarch Mike Quackenbush. CHIKARA has 3 championships that it recognizes. First is the Young Lions Cup. Crowned roughly once every year in the titular Young Lions Cup tournament, in order to be eligible to compete for the cup, one must be 25 years or younger. After the tournament, the cup holder may defend the cup as a title against anyone eligible for it. Once a wrestler has held the cup, they may not challenge for it again. Next are the Campeonatos de Parejas, translated as Pairs Championships. The Campeonatos are the CHIKARA's tag team titles. Created in 2006 for the winners of that year's Tag World Grand Prix, the Campeonatos are always defended in best-of-3 falls matches. To challenge for the Campeonatos, a team must acquire 3 points in tag team competition. Points are awarded for winning falls in tag matches, and points are reset for losing falls. Thus, any team that is eligible for a title shot has won 3 matches in a row. And finally, we have the Grand Championship of CHIKARA. Created in 2011 for the winner of the 12 Large Summit, is the top singles championship in CHIKARA. When it was created, there was no eligibility system in place to determine contendership. Challengers were selected, sometimes arbitrarily, at the decision of the director of fun. As of 2014, however, a point system similar to the Campeonatos was created. Points are awarded for winning falls and reset for losing. 3 points equals a title shot. CHIKARA has had a variety of tournaments that it holds every year. First, of course, is the Young Lions Cup tournament, through which a new cup holder is crowned. It typically features an opening round of singles contests, which feed into 2 multi-man elimination matches. The winners of the eliminators face each other in the finals. The Tag World Grand Prix is a bog-standard single elimination tournament. Prior to the creation of the Campeonatos de Parejas, winners mostly got bragging rights. Now, however, the winners of the Grand Prix will have earned more than enough points to challenge for the titles. The Rey de Voladores, literally King of Flying, is meant to showcase the experts in high-flying aerial styles, though this hasn't prevented it from being won via submission. Yeah, I don't understand that either. In recent years, its format consists of 2 4-man eliminators that feed into the finals. The Raid of Voladores is usually crowned these days on King of Trios weekend, but more on that later. The Torneo Ciberknetico is one of Chikara's fall stables. It features 2 squads of 8 wrestlers each who face each other in an elimination tag team match. However, wrestlers must tag in and out according to a batting order. Wrestler A tags out to Wrestler B, who tags out to Wrestler C, and so on. If more than one person from the surviving teams remains, they must fight each other until there is only one winner. But the flagship tournament of the Chikara calendar is the annual King of Trios tournament, a 3-night extravaganza. The King of Trios brings wrestlers and fans from all over the world to see teams of 3 face one another to be crowned the King of Trios champions. If you're ever in doubt of which shows to buy, you cannot go wrong with the King of Trios shows. Doesn't matter which year, you will not be disappointed. That about covers the basics that you'll need to know. I will be covering specific storylines in future videos, but those are topics for another day. For here endeth today's Chikara history lesson. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, click the subscribe button. You can also reach me on Twitter at J2KWinger. To join the discussion about Chikara, check out the official forums at CHIKARA101.com. You can follow Chikara on Twitter or Facebook at CHIKARA Pro. You should also check out their YouTube account, Chikara Office. For all news, blogs, and roster updates, info on upcoming cards, and digital distribution of more recent shows, go to CHIKARAPro.com. For DVDs and digital distribution of past shows, check out SmartMarkVideo.com. For other Chikara news, I highly recommend the Chikara Special Tumblr, run by superfan Kevin Ford, and the podcast, Chikara in 15 Minutes or Less, by the intrepid reporter Babs. That's all for this time. Once again, I am the notorious J2K Winger, and I will see all of you at our next lesson. Class dismissed.